Hey, what's up, beautiful people? How are you all doing today? I want to say thank you once again and welcome to ihenile.com. Yay! All right, so here we are today. But before I move on, I would like to once again appreciate every one of you, for all your wonderful support, all your comments, and you've been so supportive. May God bless every one of you. And to all my YouTube subscribers, thank you guys so much. Thank you. I really appreciate every one of you. And in case you are watching for the first time, you have not yet subscribed, please, before the end of this video, help me hit that subscription button. Thank you so much. And God bless every one of you. Welcome once again. All right. Today, you've seen the caption of our subject today. It says, check on the children. Check on the children. Before I move on, I would like to highlight this. Few things that I'm about to say or I'm going to be saying today are from my own personal experience or experiences in life. Growing up as a young child, in a village in Nigeria, and now becoming a parent. All right, so a few things that I'm going to be saying today are from my personal experiences, So, which I believe some of you also were, should I say, victim to some of these experiences, especially the negative part of it, So we're going to talk about a few of these things today. I believe it's going to be helping somebody somewhere. All right, so let me say this. Sometimes when you try to pass information across, there are some people that it may not make sense to. And at the same time, there is somebody else somewhere, the same information we get to, and he will make use of it. It will help that person to overcome something or to achieve something or to add value to somebody's life somewhere. So that is one basic thing about information. Information is, especially when it's something positive, So there is no knowledge in this life that is a waste. It may not make sense now, but in the near future, it will become something that will help somebody somewhere. Like when I wanted to do this video, I wanted to say that it's meant for young parents only. But I now remember that, for the fact that this person is not yet married, for the fact that this person is not yet a parent now, does not mean that the information, may not be helpful tomorrow, because in the nearest, the person may get married this week or even next month. And before you know it, in a year's time, he or she becomes a parent, okay? So the same information would be helpful, for him or her, So on that note, I would like to say now that it's not meant for only parents or young parents like I intended to. All right, so thank you guys once again and welcome. The subject matter is check on the children. Check on the children. All right, so what I'm about to say today, I'm just trying to reconcile the kind of childhood that we had in our own time to what we have now. And I will advise that no parent should try those errors that our parents did in those days. Because somehow, some of these information that we were withheld from deformed some of us. It made us to, minimize our potentials today. And I will explain why. For example, as a girl child during our time, growing up, there are some information, basic information that should come from both parents. As a young girl child, there are some basic sex information that the mother was supposed to be given to this young girl child. But somehow during our time, some of these informations were coded. Archaically were coded, and some of these young girls were deprived of these basic informations, and somehow they fell victim to some of these things because the informations were not rightly given to them. That is the point I'm trying to make here. Now, as a young girl child growing up, there are some basic information that should be given to her about her gender. These are things that should be given to her. It's her right. These are things that she must know, But then, from where we are coming from, these parents, out of ignorance, out of trying to protect, I don't know what is in their mind or in their head, but somehow withheld some of this information from them. I will give you some quick examples. As a young girl child, some of them were told, when they started developing some sensitive, part of their body, they were told that, I'm just trying to be sensitive here, they were told that, hey, Nkechi, how many times did I call you? Nkechi will say 4 times, man. Are you hearing me? Put your 2 hands on the girl will put her 2 hands. I'm sending you now to go and buy orange in the market. As you are going on your way, if you allow a boy to touch you, you are pregnant too. If a boy just touch you like this, you are pregnant. Are you hearing me? What did I say? If a boy touch me, I'll be pregnant. Just touch with hand. So you will see Nkechi will be off to the market. On her way, she will be running. A boy is coming this way, Nkechi will go the other way. So these are basic information that this girl should be accessible to, but she was deprived of this basic information. So eventually, somehow, when she is exposed to a situation where she now realizes that for her to fall pregnant is not actually as a result of a boy just merely touching her. Yeah, are you getting my point now? Then it's something else. Because now, she might not be able to comprehend the fact that also, if a boy have carnal knowledge of her, you understand what I'm trying to say? She will not fall pregnant. And so what happens at the end of the day? On her own now, she will start exploring life. Her sex life, which her mother stands a better position to educate her ahead of time. Now, this information now is being given to her either by a boy or by a senior friend of hers that have experienced or that has been exposed to that kind of life. You understand what I'm trying to say? Then now, in the process now, Nkechi falls pregnant. Why? Because she was not given the right information. And that is by the way. Now, sometimes, as a young child, you go to school and maybe from the older ones at school, we come back home and you ask your mother or you ask your father. I heard of a story of a young boy that went home and he heard the word penis. He doesn't know what it means. So getting home, he asked the father, Papa, what is penis? The father, instead of him there and then to correct it and say, boy, don't say this. This is what penis means. It's not something you use every now and then. It's not something you say anyhow. Do you know what he said? He said to the child, he said, penis is an umbrella. It's another word for umbrella. You can imagine the parents we had in those days. He said penis is an umbrella. Okay, now, the brain of a young child is like a tape recorder. The thing recorded in the boy's head. Okay, penis is an umbrella. Okay, good. Now, the boy now in his mind, penis is an umbrella, isn't it? Okay, fine. Now, it happens one day that the pastor of their local church now visited their house while it was raining with an umbrella. It was raining very heavily. So the pastor visited the house, and the parents were still inside. So the boy comes to the door to open the door for the pastor. So when the pastor came in, the umbrella was dripping water and all of that. So, and being a very big umbrella and beautiful, colorful umbrella, the boy started saying, Pastor, I like your penis. Pastor, I like your penis. Your penis is dropping water. Pastor was like, what are you saying? Yeah, I like your penis. Your penis is dropping water. So, what are you saying? So now, at the end of the day, the matter was settled, which I'm not going to tell you in details, but what happened here is something very embarrassing, is something very defamatory to that child. Had it been the father told him from that very day that penis means this and that and that, that boy wouldn't have, embarrassed himself and the entire family. All right, so this is just a few of some of the things that we experience growing up, in the village. All right. Now, I want us to understand that the children we have now is no longer the kind of children that we used to be in those days. No. They are more complicated, computerized, everything. In fact, they know more, the information in their head is more than you know. You see them very tiny at one corner, holding your cell phone. Let me tell you, some of the apps you have in your phone, you have not explored them, but these children have. They have explored all the apps. There are some apps they use in your phone that you don't even know what they are meant for. That is the kind of children that we have now. Remember the caption or the subject today. Check on the children. We never had the privilege in our own time to use cell phone, iPad, or computer, or whatever. We are not exposed to that kind of technologies during our time. Actually, as a matter of fact, cell phone came into Nigeria, I think in 2001. We were already adults then, so we never had, and it wasn't meant for everybody as at the time. So we are not exposed to the kind of technologies that these young ones today are exposed to. And can I say something else before I forget? Another thing that I discovered that is so harmful, very, very harmful to the children now that some parents have not gotten to know about is this. Growing up, maybe because I missed my childhood. I missed a lot of things. We never had that privilege of using toys, as a young child, or having games and, like toys and, some of those things that children of these days play with or have access to. We never have that privilege. We never had that privilege or those privileges then. Now, so it made me, because I missed all of my childhood experiences or good time that I was supposed to have. So growing up, even as a young teenage, growing into adulthood also, I still have this love for cartoons. You won't believe it. Up till now, I still prefer to watch cartoon than to watch African Magic, where you see, a grown-up man will be sleeping, there's nothing to learn, somebody will be sleeping in slow motion. Is that what I will waste my time to watch? Somebody is going to sleep and they will show it in slow motion. An information that is supposed to be passed under 1 minute, they will take because they want to extend the time. Somebody is going to sleep. Even while the person is sleeping, they show somebody sleeping for the past 5 minutes. Somebody is sleeping. Why are we looking at somebody, watching somebody sleeping? So I would rather watch cartoon. Tom and Jerry, Lion King, name them, Mulan. I know quite a number of them. I remember in those days when I came to South Africa newly also, in around 2007 thereabout, I'll go to Cresta Mall to buy some cartoon, and those guys that are selling will tell me, okay guys, come this side, let me, your children will like this one. I say, no, I know the type of cartoon that my children will like, without knowing that it's me that is watching those cartoons. I go to the shops to buy cartoons. I love cartoon. I watch cartoon, at my own free time, So what am I trying to say? The point I'm trying to make out here is this, if you are used to cartoon then, far back then, check out the cartoons now that your children watch. Please, it's very important. That is where I'm coming to. That's why I said check on the children. Check what they watch. You have to check on them. Whenever you see them, sometimes they will be in their room, very quiet. Something is going on in their head. Something is going on around them at that point in time. Always check on them. When you see them at one corner with their cell phone or with their iPad or by the computer, always peep on them. Check. Don't leave them like that. Sometimes go to the whatever, search history. Try to find out what they are up to, what the site they are going into. Check on them. It's very, very important. Before now, Tom and Jerry is one of my favorites. Like you see, Tom will be chasing, Jerry, and along the line, Paul will change hand. Jerry will, in return, now start chasing after Tom. Start dealing with him severely. So you laugh and laugh and laugh, but check it now. Watch Tom and Jerry now. You will see a sexy-looking Tom, another Tom, the female version, with the eyelids, with like what do you call it, eyelashes and all of that, looking sexy. Then the other Tom will come and start displaying some kind of romantic, like in Tom and Jerry now there is kissing. In case you don't know, go buy one now and check. You will see kissing, you will see hugging, you will see love stories, you will see romantic whatever, storylines on in Tom and Jerry's now. That's the message I'm trying to pass across. So don't assume Tom and Jerry is the Tom and Jerry you used to know before. No, it's no more. It's been adulterated. There's a lot of pollution going on right now in all these things. So you need to watch out. Watch on the children. Make out time to ask them questions. Who are your friends at school? Try to engage them. Don't have the kind of parenthood we had in our time. We never interacted with our parents. We see them as monsters. When they come, they want you to quiver when they are coming. They want you to fidget when you are coming around them. They want you to have that fear, that natural fear that, oh, Papa is coming. He's going to kill us now. No. That is the wrong kind of, parenthood or parenting that we had. Personally, I never interacted with my father. Even for us to ask for something, from school, we have to go through our mother. So the interaction was not there. So a lot of things, a lot of mistake, a lot of mess that we committed, simply because we never had that privilege of interacting with our father. So these are the errors that our parents then committed. And the information that they were supposed to give to us, now we are getting it from outside. And sometimes it may not come the way ordinarily they would have given it to us. And because it was not them giving it to us, we are now exploring it on our own. Which somehow, some people were deformed. Some people went off track. So which is a very big error. So as parents of today, I want to encourage you. Make out time to listen to your children. Engage them in one-on-one. Discuss with them. Talk to them. Come down to their level. Don't be a monster to them. Don't be, hey, daddy is coming, they go hiding. Meanwhile, behind your back, they are doing worse than you can imagine. These are the mistakes that our parents made, that I wouldn't want any parents of this century to make or to commit. Don't play a super father to them. Don't play a monster father. Hey, my children, they can't try it. No, they are trying more than you can even imagine in your absence. So don't assume you are winning. Don't assume you are winning because whenever you are around, they become Angel Gabriel. All of them becomes as cool, Daddy. But when you are not there, there's something else. So what have you succeeded achieving? At the end of the day, a time will come, by the time they hit their teenage stage, of course, like here in South Africa, when they get to that age, 18 or whatever, thereabout, they are allowed to take their decision, they are allowed to decide whatever they do. Believe it, at that point in time, that is when you see a different aspect of your child. That innocent child, that innocent looking that you thought you have, you start seeing some kind of lifestyle that you now ask yourself, how did you get here? Believe me, it is because you never interacted with them. It is because you never offer that, how should I say, that mentorship to them. You never offered yourself. You never come down to their level to interact with them, engage them. And that exposed them to some of those hidden lifestyle that you are never aware of until it's late now. All right. So what am I trying to say? Check on those children. Be their friend. Be like a friend to them. Come down to their level. Ask them questions. Children have this open mind. No wonder God said that except you are like one of them, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. Except you are like children. Children are very open-hearted. Sometimes, by the time you ask them questions, they will, unconsciously, they will release some information that you'll be able to work with in terms of trying to guide them. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, that is how they are. Come down to their level, interact with them, you get the best out of them. So what am I trying to say? In all of these things, please do not leave them unattended to. Don't be too busy. I know it's good to go to work. It's good to work. It's good to do this. It's good to travel, especially those parents who never had time to. That few hours that you have, please, even if it's 5 minutes, it does a lot to those children mentally, psychologically. So always make out time to interact with them. It will go a long way to help them. Believe me, it will go a long way to help them. So don't be too busy to check on those children. That is my advice today. Don't be too busy to check on those children. Find out what they're watching. Find out who their friends are. Find out who they are interacting with. Find out what they like and what they don't like. Advise them in any way, at any point in time they need advice. Believe me, they will never go wrong. These children are meant to be blessings to us. And blessing is a kind of thing that, if you don't handle blessings very well, it will handle you the other way around. There are people that are praying for God to bless them financially. And when financial breakthrough came, it destroyed them at the end of the day because they were not matured enough to handle that blessing, that financial blessing. The same thing, there are some parents that have been believing God and praying that God should bless them with children, and God blessed them with children, male, female. And at the end of the day, they were not able to harness these blessings that God has given to them. And at the end of the day, it ended up creating a kind of reproach. It ended up creating drug addicts. It ended up creating, should I say, how will I put it? What will I call it? Sorrow to them. At the end of the day. Why? Because they didn't play their part. So, but my prayer for you today is that you will not miss it at any point. As a young parent, you will not miss it. May God give you the grace to look after these blessings that God has given to you. That is my prayer for you. May God give you that grace, that special grace, wisdom, knowledge to take care, to harness, and to, prune them, guide them to be a blessing that God has made them to be in your life and in your family. That is my prayer for you. But before then, remember to check on the children. It's very, very important. Check on the children. Do not leave them like that. Give them every basic information they need per time. Anytime that they are mature to get so information, please do not hesitate. Do not deprive them of that information. Be sincere enough. Be open enough to educate them. It's not everything they will learn at school. There are basic things that you as a father, you as a mother, are the only person, the right person or persons to give them that information. All right. So that is a few things that I've just come out to share today. Personally, I believe that this message has come across somebody today that will open your eyes. Most importantly, look out to what they watch. Check out the kind of friends they keep. Check out their language. These children, they're like computer. You'll agree with me. The information, the vocabularies that comes out of their mouth today, some of you, even parents, don't use it. You have never used it. But you can hear them making use of some terms that are bigger than even you, the parents. That is the kind of children, that is the computer age that we find ourselves today. The children are very, very computerized in knowledge, in understanding, in wisdom. They are exposed to a lot of things. So the kind of maturity they have from age 4, believe me, is no longer a baby, it's a computer in your house. Always remember that. From age 4, when they start talking very well, making sentences, they are already computers. They can explore any gadget. They can explore any device. They can access any information. They know way more than you can even imagine. So don't leave them like that. Don't just ignore them, thinking they are still babies. They are not babies. So what we have in our homes today are adults, small adults. Always remember that. So what am I trying to say in summary? Please check on the children. It's very, very important. Do not leave them like that. Don't just leave them like that. Check on them per minute, per second. Go through whatever they watch. Go through their write-up. Go through their diaries, go through their cell phone. To those that are already at the age of having their own cell phone, go through their cell phone. Try to check the history of whatever. And if you start having the ones that are already passwording, hey, that one is another dangerous stage. You need to interact with them, engage them, try to find out what they watch. Take them by surprise, engage them. Most importantly, engage them. Try to hear their language. Try to come down to their level to interact, to get the best out of them, to guide them. And at the end of the day, they will be a blessing to you and your family and to our generation at large. And that is my prayer today. May God bless every parent that is listening to me right now, and may God give you the grace to guide these children, to bring them up in the right way to go, so that in return they will be a blessing to us in our old age. We will not have any reason to sorrow over them. All right, so this is where I'm going to be ending this video today. Please do not hesitate to put down your comment via the comment section. Thank you guys once again for staying with me, for watching this video. God bless you till I see you in my next video from ihenile.com. Bye bye.